Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to Ceres Investment Group. Today, on this new AMA, we have CryptoHub with us. So please introduce yourself.
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me, by the way. My name is Pedro Costa. I'm the CEO and co-founder of CryptoHub Launchpad and the agency itself. Before I even start introducing CryptoHub Launchpad, I want to talk a little bit more about our past. And eventually, can I share the screen? Is this possible in this AMA?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
Sharing the screen. Okay, continue. It's the first time I'm sharing on Telegram, so I apologize. I apologize if something goes wrong. Can you see my screen?
We definitely can.
Terrific. I think it's the same as yours, but in mine. Terrific. So CryptoHub Launchpad started as an agency. So if you type instead of investments agency, you're going to find out that we started as an agency by creating smart contracts, dApps, audits, KYCs, and even marketing the project itself. And at some point, we started receiving a lot of the same requests. As you can see here, we did staking, pre-sales, NFT collections, launchpads, custom DEXs, and they all repeat themselves at some point. And we thought, well, what can we do to streamline this this need that the crypto projects have, and why it's not being satisfied by the current opportunities or the current options that we have in the market, such as pink sale, DX sale, all the ones that we know. And we came up to the reason that the reason that launchpads were not satisfying exactly the needs that some people had, it's because they wanted some sort of customization, right? They didn't want to follow most of the Launchpad rules. For example, whenever people are creating tokens, instead of they can create, they are basically obligated to create a token as the standard that the Launchpad has. In this case, in our case, everything is adaptable and customizable. We can even create tokens to other wallets. For example, if you are a developer and instead of coding your own code to create a token to this client, you can basically just use our launchpad, paste the wallet at the client's wallet, choose the kind of token that you want to create, and select exactly what kind of functions you want to add. And this is not possible on PinkCell and all the other launchpads because the way they create the token creation feature. For example, their token factory, it's actually just the same token over and over again. The only differentiation from each token you create on these platforms is some functions are going to be disabled, but the token code, it's exactly the same. In our case, we have over 400 different types of tokens because it's all the possibilities that you can create a token. You can create a simple token. You can create a simple token with launch mode. You can create a simple token with burn, or just burn, or burn in blocklist, or burn blocklist in DAO. So all these possibilities represent a new and different token. That's why we have 400 contracts just in this small feature, which is token creation. And the same thing we are going to do on the pre-sale side. We are going to release it in 2 days, and we are going to basically let you create the pre-sale that you want. You can either remove hard cap and soft cap. We are not going to give you a badge saying that you are a soft cap and hard cap project, but you can do it, right? So we are going to basically allow you to do the sale that you actually want to do. And internally, we are going to evaluate you, but it's the sale that you want, right? And another interesting thing that we are implementing in this Launchpad, it's an embedded feature. So let's say you create your pre-sale here, right? This is the airdrop, but just to give you an example. You create your pre-sale here, but you want, obviously, to showcase it on the website, right? Because that's the hub where your project is happening. It's your website. But it's here. One way that you can do it is embed. So basically, you can go here and create an embedded setting, which you can copy the snippet and paste it in your website. It can either be a WordPress website, any kind of website, really. And your pre-sale is actually going to be embedded in your site, meaning people don't need to even come to the website, to our Launchpad. It's going to be on your website. You just transform the simple WordPress website into a app. And that's basically what...
let me stop you here real quick because I feel like we're going through a lot of really technical information really
Oh,
fast.
sorry.
No, and no, it's perfectly fine. I just want to make sure that everybody that's listening to this and everybody that's going to be listening to the recording can get a really straight point and easy, understanding of what is exactly CryptoHub. If you could define it in a few sentences, a really straight to the point. What is CryptoHub?
Terrific. So a Launchpad is let's say a Launchpad 2.0, where basically you can create exactly what you are looking for and not be subject to what other Launchpads make you do. And another interesting fact about the Launchpad itself, it doesn't have an owner. So I am not the owner of CryptoHub Launchpad. Everyone is. Everyone who owns the token hub, CryptoHub token, it's going to be having profits. It's going to be receiving profits from the actual Launchpad. So we are not going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 owners. We are all owners of CryptoHub Launchpad.
Absolutely, that's one of the points. That's one of the points I wanted to get into, because when I was reading through the white paper, I was doing my research on the platform. I found that to be one of the most interesting things, in my opinion. I wanted to ask, but you've covered a lot of it already, is, when we have a project, what makes it different to the competition? Because we have seen different launchpads in the space. Everybody here has
there are thousands of launchpads at this moment.
There are some have worked better than others, and usually I like seeing something new that for a launchpad to work, I like to see that they're bringing something new. You've already covered a lot of it, right? So we've gone through the tokens. You can, in the token creation, you said that we can go through a lot of settings and have really a customizable experience.
Yep.
And then what else would you say are the key components that makes CryptoHub different?
So in terms of Launchpad, the key components, I'm not going to explain one by one because it's a world of possibilities you can make with this Launchpad. But the key takeaway is that we are not restricting anyone. So this is not only a Launchpad, it's a developer's tool, right? Even let's say you want to create a project. You can create a project in our Launchpad in less than 10 minutes. And it's going to be exactly the same source code, exactly the same as you were going to an actual developer and paying hundreds of dollars to these people. Because we allow what other launchpads don't allow, which is customization, right? The code is going to be clean and exactly to the point. It's not going to be a reused contract factory, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. Then I have seen that, we're going to get more in depth into this topic later, especially because you guys are having your seed sale and you're having an IDO sale. But I have seen that you have a token, you have also NFTs, and there is an airdrop that you have there. So what would you say are the different key points of each one of them, and how do they contribute to the development of the project, or how can investors benefit from having those? Let's start with the token, then go to the NFTs, for example.
Yeah, let's do it. So I'm going to open our white paper because it has a lot of information, because this is an actual big project and it's impossible to cover in just one conversation. And let's talk about the tokens then. So as you know by now, if you own the token and you stake the token itself in our platform, you are going to be a co-owner of the Launchpad itself. So this is the first stake to own Launchpad and the first stake to own token, let's say, in order to be so if you buy it and if you stake it, you are going to be own part of the company itself. So it's like you are buying a share in a company, in a public company like Apple, right? Apple doesn't. Oh, I think it does distribute dividends, but it's the same thing. Right? It's the same concept. And regarding the token itself, we are doing 2 sales. The first sale is the one we are doing right now, which is the seed sale. And we are going to have an IDO sale in 2 launchpads that we cannot disclose so far. And after that, we are going to list it on November 1st on Uniswap and a centralized exchange, which we actually cannot disclose as well. They all have different vesting periods. You can go through our white paper to check it. And in order to have the ownership or the utility of the token, you can stake it. And by staking it, you're going to attain a rank. Right? There are 3 types of ranks in our Launchpad: the Hero, Veteran, and Legend. And each one is going to give you a specific amount of benefits. You can see in this chart right here that the staking APY is going to be to get larger, yes, but the other one, the other perks are far better than the APY. For example, our Launchpad is going to work on a commission basis. So if you share your link with someone to create a token, a pre-sale, a staking contract, whatever, if they pay it and if they buy it, you are going to receive a commission because you were the one who referred to these people. And in our opinion, if you generated the sale, you should be rewarded in some way. And the more you have staked Hub tokens to achieve a higher tier, a higher rank, the bigger the commission you are going to receive. Same thing for discounts in our Launchpad. So let's say you want to create, you need help from us and you need an audit or a KYC. You are going to receive discounts on these services. The services you can find on our white paper as well. Under Web3 services, we have all sorts of services here, and you are going to be basically considered a discount for these services. The platform ownership is obvious. So every time you buy and stake the token, you have platform ownership. You can even have 0.001% ownership, but you are the owner of the Launchpad. And you are going to have the same voting power as the amount of power that you have in your percentage. And that's basically it. Regarding the airdrop that you mentioned, this is something extra that we gave our community. Our community is growing, and we always love to give something back to the community. And what we did was we separated 5% of the total supply, which represents around $25,000 in Hub tokens, so we can distribute them. And basically, the way people can farm this airdrop is by doing tests on our Galaxy and Zilli pages. For example, this is our Galaxy page, and we have a leaderboard. Oh, actually, this is the management side. Let me just open the non-management one. But basically, you can accumulate points by doing tasks. For example, you can become a CoinMarketCap supporter, like repost and read our articles. Same thing for Binance. We have a quiz master, so you can learn more about us and your points. So the more points you are going to have in our leaderboard, the biggest is going to be your airdrop share. And that's basically what the community airdrop was that you mentioned.
Well, there is a lot of information here that, I really believe you when you said that this is a really well-structured project where it is really difficult to cover everything in one conversation. We're going to try our best, but definitely there's a lot of things. It is hard
because this is not just a token, right? This is usually it's simple. It's easier to explain just a token or the idea behind it. But we didn't wait, right? We started building, and that's a problem. We started building, and now we have a lot of things to explain.
No, definitely. But I think it's something good. In the space, I have learned that I tend to like builders much more than salesmen many times, because when you see that someone is building constantly, you know that what you can expect, that you can expect a product, you can expect something that's actually working. But you're right. There's a lot of things that we need to unpack, and we're going to try to make it as easy to understand, and as we're going to try and distribute it in little bits for everybody to get a really good point and a really good understanding. So I wanted to jump into the tokenomics and the use case, right? Like, do we have some sort of tax that's going to fund the project? How is the token structure going to work, more or less? What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so the token is very important, right? Because the token is going to dictate the amount, let's say, the valuation of this company, right? Because we are a company. It's a decentralized one. It's a DAO, right? But instead of organization, it's actually going to be a company. And the token is important, and we do have taxes on buy and sell. It's only 2% on both on buy and on sell, and these taxes are going to help fund the APY that we spoke before on the ranks. So anytime that you are getting an APY 15, 25, 40%, it's going this amount of Hub tokens that we are going to pay in APY. It's actually be coming from the taxes, right? Not only from the taxes, but it's going to help a little bit. So another thing regarding Hub tokens that you should know is that in order to know how much we are actually valuing the company at this moment, you need to check the fully diluted market cap and the initial market cap, which is extremely low for a company or for a crypto project this size, right? Most meme coins have a fully diluted market cap of millions and millions, and we have 500,000. And we are not just a meme coin; we are actually building something and built already, right? And the initial market cap is extremely low due to the vesting that we implemented, because we want to make sure that both on listing and both our seed sale holders and IDO participants are going to be taken into account, and they are going to have some good multipliers, right? So we are only starting at $44,000 as initial market cap. So it's extremely low. We spent triple this just to build the Launchpad. So the funds that we are dealing here, it's designed in the way that the token itself is only going to appreciate in time, because the more we are going to build, the more people are going to use the Launchpad, the bigger the bigger the token is going to get, right? Regarding the moon sheet, a fun fact, we created like a moon sheet here, so you can see how many X's based on the fully diluted market cap, other tokens, and other competitors we have. The obvious one, Pink Sale. If we reach any time in any time to the same valuation of Pink Sale as it is right now, it's a 200x. I mean, hopefully we don't get there, because in my opinion, and I'm not trying to trash Pink Cell, but it's way overpriced, right? But hopefully we are going to have a nice, steady growth over time. And I think that's basically it regarding the token.
Well, that growth that you were talking about, I think it's, it gets its exponential when we reach a bull run or some sort of.
Yeah.
So it is important to build now, especially now that we're getting closer to the halving and we're getting closer to what's hopefully going to be some really good years to come. And True. I always say this when I talk with a lot of people, I talk with a lot of projects. It doesn't apply to meme coins, or it might apply to some, but it doesn't apply to a lot of projects, but it does apply to projects that are actually building something. If you have a really good base, if you take your time to be in the space and be an important factor in the space right now, when the bull run comes, when these periods of time happen, and they're eventually going to happen again, it's going to skyrocket, because that's the way it's designed to be.
Yeah, I truly do believe as well. Actually, when do you think the bull run is going to start? If we had to placing bets, I would say middle of November or early December. What do you think?
This November?
I think so. I think we are close to it. We just need to break out from Bitcoin.
I think we're close. I'm not sure we're that close. My bet would be probably April next year would be my bet.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
you're playing the long run.
Yeah, so not that bad, not that far apart, but
I would be happy either way, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm not going to complain. I feel like we've been waiting for a long time.
Exactly. Everyone is bleeding.
Yeah. 2022 was a fine year, I have to say.
Yeah. Same here.
Yeah, but everybody that has been in the space for a long time, I think we've all been waiting for a while, and we cannot wait for the bull run to get here.
Exactly.
There's one thing we're gonna touch more on the vesting and the sales in a bit. I have that right at the end of my PowerPoint. But right now, what I want to jump is into marketing. Right? What are you doing to build up the community? And what are you doing to not only tap into the Telegram market and maybe Twitter market, but also get some normies in? And I ask you this because it's one of the questions that we get the most from investors, right? They know the space really well, but they also want to see people from out of the space. So what are your plans in that regard?
That's actually a really good question. We, at this point, we only started pushing marketing more aggressively like 4 to 5 days ago, because until now we spent $0 on marketing before 5 days ago, right? Everything was organic, and the way we did it was through communities, separated communities around the world. And we focused on 5 to 6 communities in terms of geography located. I have to say that Galaxy and Zilli gave us a lot of exposure. So currently we have around 20-something people as the community. And another way we are tapping into the community, I will reach out to the influencers and I will tell you what we are doing. But before I do, I wanted to explain you that, for example, our team members or some of our team members are actually, you're not going to know them, obviously, but they're actually influencers themselves from Portugal. Let me just try to Instagram. Oh, actually, I'm going to open our Launchpad. And what I'm trying to say with this is that we are tapping into existing communities, in this case in Portugal. These people are TV actors and they are working with us as well and promoting the project alongside us. And another way we are doing this is through, we are focusing on Portugal at this moment because most of our team is from Portugal. But this is an incubator, so we are incubated here. Our company, it's on Block B, for example. And most of the following came from Portugal, thanks to them as well. And starting from 5 days ago, we started reaching out to some influencers. Unfortunately, we still haven't published them in our website yet. We are going to, though. We even have our draft for a brand new homepage showcasing all the influencers that spoke about us. Let me just give you a preview, because I do believe I have it here. Can you still see my my screen though?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, terrific. So let me just check here. We have a few published articles as well. We targeted Russia, Ukraine, Indonesia, Vietnam, Portugal, Brazil. We have Philippines here as well. So basically, we are reaching out to smaller and focused targeted communities around the world. And we are going to do some bigger ones as well. For example, I'm not sure if you know Michael. Hold on, shit. Michael is going to release a video by today or tomorrow around, they changed here, but he's going to post about us as well, Michael Robo. So basically, we are growing and we are trying to do the best we can in terms of marketing.
Lovely. I have to say, I really like the approach you're taking to marketing in different parts of the world. I think, communities like that don't get enough credit, definitely, and they don't get the credit they deserve. I'm Spanish myself, so we're neighbors.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yes.
Que hablas español un poquito también, ¿no? Yo que hablo muy mal.
Sí. Definitely. For the English speakers here, fun fact, Portuguese people and Spanish people, they can communicate with each other more or less. I think it's easier for Portuguese people to understand us.
But it is, because we are so close. I mean, and most of I think it was some kids shows in Portugal. It's in Spanish. So most Portuguese know how to speak Spanish because of the TV shows they had.
Oh, is it really? I didn't know that, actually.
Yeah. That's a fun fact.
I love Portugal. I've been there many times, and I always have a blast. So, yeah, my point was that these communities, right, the Portuguese community, the Spanish community is really, really strong as well. They don't get the credit they deserve in international communities, right? And we sort of live in a bubble where sometimes we believe, American communities are the best, or UK communities are top notch. And it's true, right? You can find a lot of people there, but we cannot oversight the importance of these maybe smaller, more niche communities, but with really, really, really strong backing and really strong members.
Exactly.
So it's an approach that I like.
I totally agree with you.
Was going through the YouTube videos as well earlier when I was doing my research, and I really like that approach too. You can find a lot more. I don't want to say normies, because people usually looking at those YouTube videos, they know the space as well, but they're not the typical TG guys, if that makes sense. So I really like that too. Yeah. We are trying to tap into that because I believe there are a lot of people who are still not exposed to crypto, in Portugal especially. So that's why we hired as a team member two TV actors in Portugal, exactly because of that, because we are trying to get more normies to fill in. It's working though. At least we can see it on the seed sale that most people
buying require a lot of attention. So they always come up to us and they ask us for help. That's why we have a lot of small buys in our seed sale. You can even see the live sale, so you can see who bought when, and it's going to be like small buys. And if you check the IP, it's going to be all from Portugal because most of them are normies trying to get into projects.
That is really, really good. Let me interrupt you here for a second because we cannot see the screen anymore. Maybe.
Oh yeah, I stopped sharing. Hold on. Oh no, it did stop sharing. I don't have the button anymore.
Hold on. Let me check this. I can share my screen. I do have it on my top left corner in the 3 dots. So maybe you have it there as well. If not, I can share my screen.
Oh, I do. For some reason, it just stopped showing on the bottom. There we go.
Me too. I don't know what happened. It caught me off guard as well. That's a TG thing. Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah.
But
okay, perfect. It's working now. Let's carry on. Again.
Lovely. Yeah. So there's one question I don't want me to miss at all. So I'm just going to ask it now. What about the revenue streams? How is CryptoHub going to make money besides the obvious tax and token?
Oh, that's easy. So basically, the way we are going to make money is through the Launchpad itself. So every time you create a token, every time you create a pre-sale, a staking pool, there are fees so they can cover. For example, creating a token, it's extremely low amount that we are asking. For example, let's use BNB because most people are more accustomed to the BNB pricing. We are charging 0.3 BNB for a simple token or 0.5 for advanced tokens. In terms of staking pools and pre-sales, it's going to be around 0.8 BNB. And on the pre-sales, we are actually going to keep 3% of the reason funds. So this is the same way the other launchpads are making money. We are going to make them as well. We are actually going to step it up a notch and basically offering audits, KYCs, marketing packages, PRs. I mean, we are going to do the entire marketing if it's needed. And we have some partners that are going to help us along the way. And basically the way we do money is through the platform itself. If you check our white paper, it's not even, we don't even have token team members receiving tokens. So liquidity, ecosystem marketing, shares, hubbies, seed sale, and idea sale. The team, it's not even on the token vesting or tokenomics. This means that if we want to buy, even if the team wants to buy some hub tokens, they need to buy them themselves. The way that the Launchpad makes money, it's on the income, right? Regarding the income distribution, 20% goes to core founders, 30% for team members and partners, and the remaining 50% goes to the hub stakers. So if you stake your token and you become a co-owner of the Launchpad, 50% of the Launchpads are going to be distributed amongst all hub stakers. Meaning the team members and us, we are not going to make money through the token. The token is just for you and the mechanism of ownership. The Launchpad is going to pay us.
Okay, and just to make sure that money, that revenue that's coming into the Launchpad then gets distributed as well into the token stakers, right?
Yeah, as you can see here, we already distributed a few. It's extremely low because we only have one function, which is the token creation, but we already distributed. We distributed $480 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago and $300 this week. And you can see whoever claimed, you can see the recipients, and that's basically it. So we have been distributing already the income.
Oh, but that's good. I see there are 27, 24 recipients. So even if it's $400, right, we're not talking about an insane amount of money.
Yeah, it's little. I mean, they're making, because we only have one feature, right? But imagine if we open up the pre-sales and staking and the referral dashboard, I mean, it's going to have, we are just starting now, right? I think it really is going to explode in 3 or 4 days from now when we release the pre-sales and the locks investing and all those sexy features that complement each other. We are going to increase way more in price in revenue because at this point we are making like $300 a week, which is extremely low, right? But over time, this is going to hopefully explode.
Absolutely. And I think one of the most important things with launchpads, especially with other pairs as well, but with launchpads, it's really important for them to scale, right?
Yeah,
It's key. That's what I was asking about the marketing strategy and how to tap into the market, because scalability in launchpad is absolutely key in my opinion.
definitely.
And that's where you can see some launchpads getting to these insane numbers and these insane valuations, and that's where they provide the most value, right? So
Exactly.
it is tricky to get to the top. I do think that you guys have a really well thought of product and a really good strategy. So
Thank you.
I do see it working. Now, really small question, just to make sure. You do have more nets, right? Like I see here that you have Binance, but I assume you have other nets.
Oh yeah, we have Ethereum, Binance, Pulse Chain, Arbitrum, Polygon, and Base, but we are always going to increase, right? For example, we are thinking on Shibarium and Zora and a couple other EVMs. And at some point, if we do have grants, which we have been applied as well, we can do like Near, Solana, trying to go beyond the EVM, right? But it needs time to build, right? We need to build slowly, but obviously we are going to make additions and upgrades on the Launchpad all the time.
Lovely. And yes, so we were talking, right, about scalability as being a key factor. And you mentioned as well other launchpads, right, or other competitors in the space.
Yep.
On this note, I want to ask about, and this is my next segment, I want to ask about the biggest challenges you have faced so far and the biggest challenges you think you're going to face and how you think you're going to solve them.
Yeah, well, the biggest challenge we are going to have is move people from the biggest ones, the biggest launchpads to our launchpad. And we are trying something new as well, which is tapping into a new market, which is unexplored markets who still doesn't have much crypto exposure. And the Launchpad, as you know, they are quite complex, right? Not many people know what the Launchpad is, like the normies, as you said. So these are going to be the most complex tasks, which is educate new people to a Launchpad and what a Launchpad can do in the crypto space. However, we are creating a CryptoHub training program, which basically it's not just about the Launchpad, it's crypto in general, right? For example, how to set up a MetaMask, we are going to create a series of educational videos as well. But after we create the Launchpad, which is in 3 days, I'm even considering building it by myself because it's not so hard. And but yeah, we are going to definitely need to create a training program of sorts.
I think that comes really handy, especially when we get closer. Although we might be quite close to the next bull run.
Yeah.
Because that's when the biggest
onboarding normies, that's key.
It is absolutely key, right? The people that are in crypto right now, most of us, we know how these things work. We've been here for a long time. Definitely the people in this private group, they're all used to the mechanisms, right, in DeFi, in the space, and we all know the ins and outs. But when I talk to people out of the space, it almost seems like a challenge to explain them everything. I have stopped trying, to be honest, with a lot of people.
You have to throw a lot of analogies. It's funny. In that end, you feel frustrated.
Yeah, and I also feel like right now, depending on who you talk to, of course, Portugal is a really crypto-friendly country, right? As far as I know.
It is, but it's still not very well explored, though.
Right. So that's the thing. A lot of people don't know about it. A lot of people may have misconceptions of what they saw in the previous bull run. So it's important to teach them, communicate, and what you said it yourself, bring them into the platform.
Exactly.
Okay, so you think that's going to be the biggest challenge? Have you faced any technological development challenges? Something that caused?
No, on the development we are fine. On the development side, we are fine because, as you recall, we started as a Web3 agency, so coding and developers, it's something we have a bunch. The only thing missing that we had was marketeers. And I'm not a marketeer, and I am basically the one in charge of marketing. So this was the biggest challenge, I believe. It's a business side guy turning into or trying to become a CMO, right? Which it's not supposed to be, but I think marketing is it's definitely the biggest issue for us. And if we can crack it, I think we have the full pack, basically, because on the development side, everything is fine. We have a great team of developers that and have been working together for over 2 years. So on the development side, we are fine. Marketing should be the problem.
I have to agree with you in this project specifically, because we've been going through a lot of things, and it does look really well developed and really well. Like the code seems to be fine, everything seems to be working right. Nobody likes these last minute mistakes that they can always happen because it's crypto at the end of the day, and technology can fail. But I do think that everything seems really well structured, and marketing seems to be the biggest challenge but not just for you, for most projects in the space right now. At least I can say, and I can see that you have something that's working, something functional, and something that really brings value to the space, which is key.
Thank you. Yeah, I really appreciate, and I agree with you 100%.
Okay, so let's jump into the seed sale, pre-sale, all these little interesting things, because one of the things I feel people want to know the most is how is that going to look like, what valuation they're getting at in every different sale, and is there any vesting, what's the vesting like, and how's it going to work?
Perfect. So basically, in order to access, I believe you do have the link, but if you don't have the link, you can just go to our main page and click Buy Hub Token. But I believe you are going to share the link as well in the description. So just click on the link in the description, and you are going to be redirected to our seed sale page, which is this one. As you know, the seed sale is almost 50% less than the IDO one. So this is basically a treat for the seed seller to get in. He's buying at 0.003, and the IDO is going to be 0.005, and the listing is going to be the same price, 0.005. And you can just go here, connect your wallet. The sale is in Ethereum on the Ethereum network, because CryptoHub token, it's an ERC20 token. If you go down here, you can see that we have our time frame. We only have 16 days at this point. Seed sale at 0.003. It started on the 25th. In order for people to buy, I can make a demonstration. Let me just use the wallet. Okay, this wallet has enough. So actually, I cannot use this wallet because this is the CEO wallet. Let's just use my personal one. So let's say I'm going to buy Ethereum using Ethereum. Let's put 0.005 buy Hub tokens. And I use Ethereum. I can use any other net. I can use Ethereum, USDT, or USDC. And it's already bought. And whenever it's bought, you can go up and check your profile, and you're going to see your best hub. Actually, I think I need to refresh. Yeah, there we go. I bought before for another demonstration. As you can see, I have now 8,000 hub tokens vested. And you can see how many you have claimed and how many you have unlocked, so you can claim. These tokens that you have vested, it's going to be counting towards the staked already, because you are going to buy the token now, and you're not going to need to wait till the end of the vesting period so you can use the token, right? I don't think this is fair. So the moment you buy the token, you can attain a Launchpad rank. So let's say I would have bought 15,000 hub tokens right now. Even if I don't have access to the tokens just yet, you are considered to be hero ranked. So you are going to have, except the APY, you are going to have the commission, the discount, the ownership, everything that is explained on the Launchpad ranked, right? So you don't need to wait for the vesting. Regarding vesting, we chose to have more vesting on the seed sale, as obvious, than the IDO. Seed sale is 10% on TGE, 15% for 6 months, and IDO 20% TGE, 20% for 4 months. Still, seed sale is always better because you are getting at a fraction of the price. So it should be, if you do have the chance, I would strongly recommend you to buy at least something on the seed sale so you can see the difference. And regarding the seed page as well, you can see the live sale. So whoever people bought, this is just me, 1 minute ago, 59 minutes ago. So you can see that plenty of people are buying during the day. And tokenomics, I think I already explained, but there are no team members allowed here. liquidity, ecosystem, marketing, shares, hobbies. These are all sales that we made before. Shares, it's actually 6-month clip, and we already sold out, right? But they're not going to have the tokens until May 2024, so they are vested. Hobbies is a collection that we release on OpenSea for fun. They also have hobbies. They also drop hub tokens, and we explained this here as well, which basically you can mint a hobby, which is our Launchpad mascot, just a fun little logo with a tattoo and the eyes and funny stuff. And they all have a drop chance of dropping X amount of hub tokens. So you can have a 39 drop chance of dropping 100, which is not so good, but 45 for 1,000 to 15 for 2,000, and 1% can drop 100,000, which is like $300 worth in hub tokens. So it's, if you don't have money, or if you do want to make some randomness on the hub tokens that you want to get, I do recommend hobbies. We started a few weeks ago, and it's still 21, but I think it's going well. And I think that's basically it. I already spoke about the community airdrop before. And yeah, let me see. Oh, and the roadmap, obviously. Currently, we are moving on to the pre-sale, referral dashboard, and investing pre-sale, which is ongoing, but it's going to be coming in 2 to 3 days.
Okay, lovely. So let's sum it up real quick. The first way we as investors have to get into the project would be through the seed sale, right? And right now, let me see if I got it straight really fast. The pricing is going to start at 3 cents, 3 cents. Then it's going to be
0.003.
Exactly, 10% TGE, and then we're getting 15% a month for 6 months. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be the testing period. How much money are you aiming to collect through the seed sale?
Seed sale is 45,000, and IDO it's going to be separately 2 launchpads, 75K in one launchpad and 75K on the other one.
Okay, so we're looking at
less than 200. Yeah, it's going to be overall. It's going to be around 200,000 raising, mm-hmm. And 100 of these is going to be added to liquidity to cover the liquidity, because we have 20%. So basically, the remaining amount that we are going to be having is to pay for the marketing that we started, pay for the centralized exchange listing, pay for commissions for the launchpads, yada yada yada. In the end of the day, after everything is risen and paid, we are ready to go with fresh new audience.
Okay, lovely. So yeah, it's important with the liquidity, right? It does take a lot of money to develop something like this.
It does. It does.
It is important to distribute it really well, because you're going to have, as you say, you're going to need to have listings. You need to have marketing money. You need to have a lot of different things set for different markets and stuff. So we're looking at around $200,000 as a raise in total, which I think is not bad, honestly. Because I think it should be enough to get the project started without being too much. That later.
That's what we are trying to do. We could increase by a lot and just increase the fully diluted market cap, but this is going to hurt investors, because this way they are going to be invested in a product that is hyperinflated. So we have 2 choices. We can either raise a lot of money and make a lot of noise, or we can try to reduce a little bit the money we are going to receive in order to appreciate the price of the token that we have in value. And I think that's the best option for investors. And we try to, as an investor myself, not just in this project, in others, this is a decision I would like for other people to make. Me too.
And I can tell you this, like without any doubt in my mind, I would rather see a more, conservative raise rather than.
Exactly. Why are you raising more than you should? It shouldn't be this way, because the people who are going to be hurt are going to be the investors. So we believe it or not, after everything is risen, everything is paid, including marketing, yada yada, nothing is going for the team. So we did this just the way we need it, right? After that, it's price appreciation, and the market is going to decide.
Yeah, and it rarely ends well when there is a huge raise that is not.
Yeah.
It is better to keep things at a more reasonable stance rather than have these huge raises that don't go anywhere. So I quite like this approach.
Yeah,
So right, so
like
we have
Wall Street memes. I can see what happens with those guys. Anyway, sorry.
So we have the seed sale, right? That's the first one. Then we have the IDO sale, and that one is 20% TGE. And
Yep.
what was the vesting?
It's 20%. 20% for 4 months. So it's in 5 cuts, 2020, 2020.
For 4 months, right? And then we have that the initial market cap is going to be 400,000.
44K. Yeah.
40,
No, the initial market cap is 44,000.
Yeah, sorry, 44,000 initial one, and fully diluted market cap is 500,000.
Yep.
Okay.
So in the initial market cap, it's extremely low. So it's obvious in my opinion, as a trader, and I think on listing it's going to go way up, which is good because most people who invested on the seed sale and IDO can take their share, which most of us do, right? We are investing so we can make our money and then move on. And then obviously it's going to have the steady growth over time. That's my prediction as a trader, though, not financial advice.
I am making sure to ask these questions because I know it's one of the most important topics for investors in general. It definitely is for me. I know it is for a lot of people in the community because I've talked with them a lot about this. And with vested tokens, at least to me, my priority is I can make sure that on the TGE, I'm able to at least get some part of my investment back, right? If you told me you're getting 1% TGE, I wouldn't like it, right? Because now I'm locked, and we never know in crypto. And especially when something might happen, or we know how crypto is, so it's really important for investors.
It's a slippery slope, right? We want TGE, the percentage on TGE to be high enough, but not so high so people can dump on our heads, right? It's funny. The ratio, we need to decide which one is best.
It is. It's definitely tricky. It's definitely tricky because it's also a really good way to attract investors or to put them off if the vesting is too bad. So I think you guys have found a good middle ground between it. Now we'll just have to wait and see how the market reacts. But so far, it's been doing quite well.
Yep. I believe so.
For future developments, where are you guys looking at? What's the long-term goal with CryptoHub, and where do you see yourself?
We have so many things to build. So as you understand by now, what we are trying to build is something for the long term, right? It's instead of creating just a feature for the short term, we are actually building it in a way that it's going to be used hundreds and thousands of times. So this question can be answered, and what does the market need? Right, we started as a token factory, pre-sale factory, tokens, vestings, multi-sender, token airdrops, embedded feature, referral dashboard, but we obviously want to go further, right? For example, I think we missed a swap aggregator so people can swap the tokens in our launchpad, a staking factory so people can create their own staking pools, an NFT factory so people can create their NFT collections and a marketplace, company registration, escrow dashboard, and more are going to follow based on what the market needs.
Well, we have a lot of things here. Guys, make sure that you go into the website. You can find all the details pinned in the group, and we're going to make sure to pin them again because there's a lot of information here, right? And it's important for everybody to do their own research and take the time to really read through everything, especially with projects like these, and understand the ins and outs of what you're hopefully going to invest into. So yeah, make sure you go to the webpage. Make sure you check everything out.
Perfect. Yeah, do your own due diligence. We truly recommend it, not just for us.
No, but it's true. It's really important. And sometimes I do find that we as investors, we tend to jump into things really quick, right? Because that's the way the space works. It's this really fast-paced space.
Yeah. Everything is fueled by FOMO. Well, thankfully, there are a few people who actually know how to evaluate projects and companies. No, I'm not even talking about ours, right? And they do make decent investments. That's basically it.
FOMO. On this note, just as a personal opinion, I think FOMO can also be really good for projects. It's a double-edged sword, but it can it definitely has its pros. Now, we've gone through a lot of things. Do you think we've left anything that you want to talk about, or anything that's key that we haven't?
I don't think so. You nailed this AMA, man. You knew from the beginning that this is going to be a huge content projects to display as an AMA, just as a single go. And you touched all the major points. So, shit, congratulations, man. I was not expecting it.
Appreciate it. I did take some time to go through the project, and I was really impressed. I saw a lot of things, and I was thinking the same, like, how can we go through all of this and we unpack it? I think
but you did it, man. Congratulations, really. And we even cracked a few jokes and spoke about the retail market. So, and we had time for every single thing. So I consider this AMA a success.
I have to say, you know what you're talking about. Like, this is not the first AMA you're doing. I can tell that you know the ins and out of your own project, which is great, right? Like,
we do. I mean, we started from the beginning, right? So that's the difference between speaking to a marketing guy and the CEO. The CEO needs to know all of this, right?
That is, but it's something that, you know, it's key. If I'm talking with the owner of a project, if I'm talking to the team of a project, I want to make sure that they know what the project is about. Otherwise, what are we doing here? So I'm really, really happy with the way you presented it. Now, I want to open it to the community to ask some questions if they have any. We've have many questions in the AMA, but if they do have any, please raise your hand or put it in the chat, and the floor is yours. Let's see if we have somebody brave enough that wants to jump in here. Remember, guys, that you can raise your hand or you can put it in the chat. I know. I'm
not going to bite today.
You know what I always say? I only bite if they ask me to.
That's a nice one.
I cannot say where I say these things, but
you can say it here. Nobody is going to mind.
Yeah, I know. We've gone through the questions that are most often asked. It is not the first Launchpad, or obviously this project is different breed with all these developments and characteristics, but it's not the first Launchpad. So I know we've tapped into most of the concerns people might have, not just here right now, but also in the public community where we're going to post this as well. So guys, last chance. If you have anything you want to ask the team, it's here for you.
If you do have questions and you are just shy to join the voice chat, just you can just chill me some message, or even go to our community, because Telegram and Discord, they are always buzzing with questions, and we have moderators on both, and me sometimes when the moderators don't know the answer. So feel free to reach out and just ask us a few questions or say hello.
That sounds like a terrific idea. Let's drop the socials right here, so that people can join and go into the chat and they can ask anything they wonder.
Perfect.
I assume your DMs are open as well. It might get, I know it gets busy, especially for project owners, but guys, if there's anything you want to ask.
Yes, but it's open.
If you guys want to ask anything to the team, they've been here with us. They're really, really friendly, and they're open to any questions. Now, let's do, to finish the AMA, some closing remarks. Let's go through it all really, really fast in some sort of bullet points, right? And we can have these closing remarks for anyone that's joining into the AMA right now. So let me start with some really quick questions, and we give some one-sentence answers. Does it sound good?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. So in essence, what's CryptoHub?
CryptoHub is a launchpad that it's fueled by the community and owned by the community itself.
What does it make it different? How is it different from the competitors? They give me the top 2-3 things.
The way we are building features, it's in a way that you can create and display your project anywhere in your web page and embed it anywhere. So we are not restricted by any pre-made contracts.
Lovely. What is your favorite marketing strategy?
Community and focus, targeted and explore communities.
Lovely. And how much money are you raising, and how, and this is the most important question, can people get into the project right now?
We're raising around 30K by now, and in total we are raising 200,000 in seed sale and on IDO sale in later October. And currently you can join through the seed sale, and I believe the links are on the description.
The links are going to be down there for anybody looking, and the seed sale is going to be open for 60 more days. Then we jump into the IDO sale. Now, last question: what keeps you really excited about the project? Where do you see yourself in 2 years, by the middle of the next bull run, let's say?
What makes me more excited about this project is that we have so many things that we can automate. And I truly do believe if people start using our tools and our features, they are going to be, it's not addicted, but it's going to be a must go in order to streamline the creation of a project. In 2 years from now, I do believe if this gets traction, crypto projects or most developers are going to struggle, unfortunately. But fortunately for the crypto projects, it's going to have a way lower barrier to enter and start their own crypto projects if they are truly trying to make a decent crypto project.
Lovely. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to leave the floor open to you to do some closing remarks, to tell people whatever you want, to let them know about what's important to you, and then we're going to move on and finish the AMA. So the floor is yours.
Perfect. To be honest, we spoke about so many things and you were so accurate with your questions. I don't have much to add. I just want to invite you all guys to check our website, check our Launchpad. If you don't want to buy the seed sale, that's fine. It's going to be completed either way. If you want to take part of it, go ahead. I invite you. If you don't, just check out our Launchpad, try it and see how different it is from the others. And if you want to earn some extra bucks, join our community airdrop, because we are dropping around 25K to our community members. So just be involved. Be here. Join us.
Thank you very much. Guys, we're going to leave it here. I have to say it was an absolute pleasure to host you. I knew the project was good. I knew it was interesting since the first time I tapped into it, but I couldn't imagine that it was going to be this. I really feel like it's something special and something you've definitely been working on for a long time. So thank you so much for being here. It's been a pleasure.
Have a nice day, and thank you guys for having me here and for you who were listening. Okay? Cheers.
Have a nice one. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.
You too. Cheers.